Well, howdy, folks. How are you on this here fabulous, fabulous day? And it's a great day in the neighborhood. So, welcome everyone. Happy Prosperity Day if you're into that. Prosperity. Well, if you got good health, you're already richer than what you can realize. But so good to see everyone. Hello, everyone in the chat room. To speak favor over us all. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Get that out there. So another seed planted and another one harvested. That's the way it works. Hello there, Steiger. How you doing, dude? Good to see you, man. You look yourself and you realize that you're streaming this out live, right? And you're going, holy crap. Anyway, so by the way, Steiger, favors on you, brother. Just wanted to let you know. I receive it. Hope you had a great weekend. Hello, Go, all the way from Croatia. Good to see you, my friend. Mary Wins, much love to you. Grace, Lori, Nina, how are you? Bonnie and Lost in Space, good to see you as well. Rick, what's up? Gaia, much love to you and Paul. Uh, Saying hi to Lauren and all the rest of y'all. The doctor's in the house, and Judith is in the house as well. A lot of people here. Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to have you here. Just to be amongst some of the freest minds I see. It's not like we're all just totally free. Don't know what that would be like. It's a good idea, but we're as free as we can get. Hey Nina, how you doing, dear? How's everything? Bonnie, I've been seeing your comments as well. Pretty good. Peter, good to see you. Yeah, so as he gets all the way over there. See, I can drive the bus and still do that. Stephen, good to see you, brother. Alice, hello. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Hey, that's peace. I mean, if you think about it, if there's nothing missing in your life, wow, and nothing broken, man, like I said, you should be walking on sunshine. Yeah. And prosperity, money, it's only one part of prosperity. It's because we're programmed. And if you believe the narrative, it appears that we're all apparently demon possessed. Yes, I had to get into this because it's deep. It really is. And if the narrative even has a minuscule part of reality, truth, define that, then you have to say, all right, so what's going on here? If you smell smoke, typically something is on fire or something has been on fire, one of the two. Although that's a funky smell, as many of you know, forest fire, like the after it's done. Yeah, anyway, I digress. Demons. So if you believe the narrative again, there's like, I don't know, 30 trillion. In our studies with the Liber Lilith, said that she gave birth to an uncountable number of demons, with her and the relationship there with the convoluted dragon, Samuel. Now, the other narrative is that, well, they're part of us. They hate us. And if, let's just say there was 10 trillion, right? Demons walking this planet physically. Been here long time. So that would then mean there's 8 billion people, right? So do about 10 trillion into 8 billion. Holy shit. It's like each one of us have 100 billion demons. Yeah. There is a belief that says that when we enter into this realm, that each of us are immediately attached, or they attach to us, uh, a demon. Now, demon is defined as we have defined it here. You know, it's an incarnate being. All of our studies that we've read and all the different versions, if you want to, alien intrusion, geneticists experimenting on us as a species. And if there are such a thing as angels, then you got to look at this and go, okay, so are we being deceived? Can you be possessed? Are you possessed right now? And the thing about possession, because there is a certain theology that states that if you do something that you know is morally reprehensible to yourself, then you've compromised yourself. Why do you do that? When there's the argument is, well, you may be possessed. The idiom that states that we all have to deal with our own demons gives credence to the foundation that demons can, in fact, inhabit the same sphere as you do. And even when a person is quote unquote demon possessed, does not necessarily mean that they're there uninvited. Some say that we all make our own deals with these. Now, I call it the term demon again. I mean, it's very well could be alien. I mean, it's the same thing, unless they are in fact part of us. If they are part human, it means, as we discovered in our entree into the book of, I feel like I'm going to have to sneeze, the book of Enoch, they don't like us. And it appears they have a soul. Now, what kind of soul that is, I'm not sure, but if they're a part of us, that then they are a number that we can't seem to count. Um, Different belief systems from different cultures all have demons, or what would be the equivalency of evil spirits, which then implies that if there's evil spirits and if we are spirit ourselves, then there apparently is this category that we can be an evil spirit but a good soul, or you can be an evil soul and a good spirit. Bet you hadn't thought about that one, had you? So, but there seems to be this symbiotic relationship with whatever these things are. They seem to need us or feed on us. We seem to either be captives or volunteers, which then begins the whole discussion. Then what does that imply? Well, it would imply that we ain't in charge of things. Now, there are a lot of people who don't believe in, demons, evil spirits. That's cool. You know, you can be in a swimming pool and swear that you don't know you're not getting wet. Um, we know through the paranormal and occult research that there is this theory that says that spirit time, they're like 16,000 times faster than we are. That's why we can't see them. They're here. And in order for them to stop and be still long enough for you to see them, requires probably 30 minutes in their time, spirit time, of them basically being in this particular state of consciousness, which would then allow them to be seen by us. We call ourselves the living. Don't know if that's necessarily truth, but anyway. But nevertheless, they're here. They occupy the same space-time as we do, just a different speed. Consciously awake says, aware says, would that not be the same for God? Yeah, they need us in order for them to exist, and so are gods and demons, just opposite sides of the same coin. Yeah. In fact, this is a fascinating thing because if you have this higher intelligence that is superior to us in the aspect of either technology, knowledge, different way of thinking completely. They don't have this amnesia effect that us humans have. We don't know where the fuck we came from. We don't know if we've reincarnated once, if we've reincarnated 1,000 times. And that puts us at a strategically disadvantaged position. Because if they can remember far greater than what we can, today humanity is being reduced to the freaking black box. It's now God. It's God to a whole new generation. They don't know anything else. This is God. And if that God ever was to go away, these people are in deep, deep trouble. But anyway, getting back to this. So if they exist and they seem to rule, because here's where we just have to quit all the fucking around and just be fucking honest. Something is not right. Lying. This is not a religious moral. This isn't probably it. It's probably moral. It's characteristics. Do you lie? Do you lie to yourself? Do you lie to others? We, as a simple-minded species, are very susceptible to lies. Does the media, ABC, NBC, Fox, CNN, the rest of them, do they lie? Do they all tell the truth? Politicians, do they lie? Or do they only tell the truth? How about religion? Does religion lie? Or is it the truth? Philosophy. Is philosophy a lie? If you lie and you accept the fact that you lie, and if you take the perspective that a demon or an evil spirit cannot speak truth, it can only speak lies, then if the human race only believes lies, if you believe this Harris person about what the media is saying, that's a flat out lie. There's no truth to it. So, but the lie, then you get people divide into political ideologies and parties. How can both one be the truth and the other be a lie? Why are we so susceptible in watching movies that are really technically a lie? But it becomes real to us. Why do we do that? If this is true, and it is true, then it directly implies that there's something else, something of a foreign nature, alien, in charge of us. We will covet power. We will covet comfort at any cost. Just look at what we have today in the political theater. We've got a part of the government that apparently has tried to kill a man. And it's just spun out with lies. Do you know that after World War II, the Hickman Act, I believe, it was I may be wrong, and I'll make sure and check myself, but it was passed by Congress that the United States couldn't lie. It couldn't use propaganda. Propaganda is lying. Well, when Obama came in and took the House and the Senate, they rescinded that. And ever since the Obama administration, it has been permissible for the United States government and its agencies to set out propaganda, to lie. Social media is a lie. It says that it stands for moral and it gives you all these other things, but it's a lie. But we accept it. We will accept the lie as truth because what else the fuck do we have to hold on to? And if this is the case, and if there is in fact a spiritual incarnate being, I don't know how you want to define it, but it appears that it has an influence over us, or we are beyond repair. We're totally corrupt. No matter where you want to take it on your moral scale, we're all corrupt. And it appears that we're all deceived. Today, humanity doesn't know what is real and what is not real. We live in a constant state of ever more confusion. Is this purposely being done? Are we doing this to ourselves, or is this being done by an influence that we'll call demons? Hell, you have to add the angels into it, because if you believe in your religion, then you believe that your God somehow, who fucked this all thing up to begin with, somehow is trying to make the amends, and it has to use humans in order to get its will to be done. And what's up with that? If you're the cause of this, then why, why do you have messengers? Yeah. I mean, it implies that we're all prisoners. There is no free will. We try to become so simplified that, well, this is an individual's moral perspective. It is to the individual to find their center of morality. Now, if you find your center of morality and it differs from that which is the acceptable norm, then what do you do with that? Says, I'm just reading some of the comments. I see them over here. Let God be true and every man a liar. Well, Vincent, which God are you talking about? You can't say it. Well, I'm talking about the God of the Bible, because if you read your Bible, I'm assuming you do, and you use the term Yahweh, what you see, that's blasphemous in a Christianity perspective. There's no fucking Yahweh. There's just God, the Father. Because you see, the God of Christianity is not the God of Hebrews. The God of the Old Testament is not the God of the New Testament, although they teach you that. But here's the lie. And so it says that it has this enemy called Satan, the father of all lies. Well, the problem with that is that it appears then that if that is the case, then lying is proliferated in the spirit realm as well. Doesn't Apostle Paul say you have to test the spirits? Hey, Shannon, what's up? Good to see you. Susie Q, Raven Kiefer, hello. Seriously, what is being implied here is that we're all under the control of demons. Every religion, every philosophy, every ideology of thought is controlled by one central source. Now, there are rewards for those who comply. They can make you rich, they can make you poor. They teach you your theology, they teach you your politics. All of us have been influenced by their teachings. Because, folks, if the media lies, if the government lies, if you lie, why? Why do you lie? Well, lying is deceiving. So who's the cause of that? Is it humanity? Or has humanity been influenced? If it's humanity, then we're a broken species. No God, no Savior, that's never going to save us. That's the problem with the theology that I walked out of, Christianity. There can be no saving. No Jesus is going to save anybody. If you buy the story, and I did for half a century, he can't make that which is corruptible incorruptible. You are by nature who you are. And even if it was possible that something could come in and just take all the shit away from you, if you haven't done the inside work, it's all for nothing. And most of the Christians I know don't do the inside work. They're always fucking pointing their finger at somebody else, holding their banner to do God's work when they are themselves hypocrites. They lie, they cheat, they steal. Why? Because most humans do. Oh, we try to play house and say, well, no, we don't do that. But every politician lies. I mean, look at any political commercial. It's not predicated on truth. Vincent, just be cool, man. Listen, you're everyone, but this is not the place to proselytize. I'm just telling you right now. You got your beliefs, that's cool. But hey, you know, others have different beliefs. And if your Yahweh is who Yahweh is actually a demigod. It's not God. And are you Hebrew, Vincent? I'm just asking. You're the one writing this. So are you Hebrew? Are you Jewish? Because if you're not, you're a Goim. And Goims don't have any right to use any of the Hebrew gods' names. You have not read the Tumult? Got a video we did. I am that I am. Well, God didn't actually say that, but that's okay. But let's stay back on point. So even if you say that these gods exist, Yahweh, the Father, and what have you, if you're just being honest, they're getting their ass kicked. They've had 2,000 years to condition us into what? Even Christianity is bifurcated. You have Christians calling other Christians a goddamn liar. You have other Christians point to other Christians. That's a cult. We don't believe that. And so now you have a fractured religion that has over 33,000 different schisms. So who's the fucking liar? How can that happen? I did some great programs on this, if you remember. And one of them was this. Boy, this is digging back in the archives too. So, does the news media lie? Do politicians lie? Does religion lie? Do you lie to others? How many humans lie to you? Does honesty exist? And how would you know? A lie is deception. Does the government lie? Propaganda is a lie. Why do humans lie? Are we forced to lie? Have we been lied to? Now, as I get over here. So I want to bring this up because it gets into, well, what's going on? And let me get out of here as I get back over here. Hiya, folks. But as I said, this is about as real as it gets in this realm. If we are being influenced by something greater than ourselves, listen, in my Bible school teaching, and I can give you a number of them. I think Lester Summerall, I've said this many times, had a really good, I would say, thesis, and that's what I call it, an idea about this demonic world. Now, it is a fact that in Christianity, they had to borrow for some, or because demons did not exist in the Old Testament. Now, they tried to say, in fact, let me pull this up because we like to share documents over here. So let me pull this one up. All right, so this is Demonology, the Doctrine of Demons by Dr. Arnold J. And I believe that is Baum, excuse me. And I thought he did a pretty good job here. So this is taking it from, here's the problem with religion. Every religion is out to convert every human being because they want to be the only religion. Well, that's communism, and I don't like communism. And I believe that humanity has got more room than just to have a single religion. I don't like the idea of a single world government either. And the two are synonymous with each other. Anyway, so we're going to take this again from the Abrahamic point of view because they're the ones that actually brought in the demons. Now, it is true that in Hinduism, they actually had the demons before the demons had the Christians and the Jews. And then you can go further than that, all the way into the Far East cultures, which predates all this Bible crap by thousands of years. But let's get into this, because if there is, in fact, these beings, and there's a plethora of subject matter on demons, just as there is with angels. But in this one, I thought was pretty good because what they try to do is they're trying to tie the Old Testament into the New Testament, because the whole thing with the Jesus guy, he brings in this new species that inhabit, they coexist right with us. Hell, John Hagee, I remember back in one of his sermons back in the day where he said that, it's true. Most people have these, they look like ticks. They look like these blobs, and they're on us, and they feed directly on us as well. And once they get in, their influence of whatever is taking place, whether it's an actual physical substance or if it's a substance of an ethereal nature, it changes us. And so when you think about it in that context, well, then you're going to have to do some backfilling in the story, because the Jewish culture never taught demons. But we have a whole genre now, a whole Kabbalah that teaches the demons. I believe it was Paul who said, and I think it's actually in the book of Timothy, that this is the day. This is the day in which humanity lives under the doctrine of demons, and that there will be great confusion amongst all humans. Are we living that now? Is this an infestation? So the existence of demons, number one, every writer of the New Testament mentions demons. The Jesus character, in Matthew, but really the book of Mark, that was never written by Mark, but anyway, you get into this elaborate story about these beings. I know I studied it for decades. And the fact that you get into the book of Mark, you begin to find out that these freaking demons, you can't walk down a street. You can't be in your house. There is no privacy. There is no intimacy. They will feed off of your sexual desires. They will feed off of your desire for food. Whatever your fucking desire is, they're going to be feeding off of that. That's what the story tells. What kind of creature, what kind of species does that? And if there is that by the book of Mark, then you get Paul, who brings into this hierarchy structure. Ephesians 6:12. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that you may be strong and resist in that day of temptation. And we talk about the powers, the principalities. Each one of those is a hierarchy, which would then imply a complex social structure of an existence, of an intelligence, a sentient intelligence that seems to be greater than ours. And it seems that we're the hunted. They hunt us for our souls. The fucking Bible, Christianity doesn't want your fucking spirit. No, it wants your soul. That's the prize. So, goes on to say the disciples also recognize. I disagree with this. Again, they're trying to imply a theology upon an existence culture. That's the problem with Christianity. It has no religion. It was invented. It had to pull from something in order to give it legitimacy, a foundation. But nevertheless, it introduced, now whether this was a mind virus, whether this was a spell, they're here. Everywhere. Chances are the very politician you're electing is demon possessed. Probably what you're seeing on television of these political characters playing kabuto theater are in fact demon possessed. There's many out there that will tell you that Harris's hackle is actually a sign of demon possession. Boy, getting real serious, aren't we? Who knows if the fair-haired child boy is, who knows? It would appear that we're all influenced. He goes on to talk about the names of demons. Now, we get that from Genesis 6. We've studied about the so-called fallen ones. These were aliens. I had recently a conversation with a person who's in the deliverance ministry that felt that they had to get in touch with me to say, we just feel you're being influenced by demons. But anyway, as I told them, I said, well, even if you believe in the Jesus story, if you believe this, then it's an alien hybrid. It's not human. If you're just part human, you're not human. And then it brings into this whole complex, and I contend that technology is being run by demon-possessed people. That there are more people demon-possessed than not. And it would almost be a statistical anomaly for someone not to be demon-possessed and or oppressed and depressed. Depression is now the number one medical issue, whatever you want to call it, for this Generation Z or whatever the new one's coming up. More people in that generation are depressed. Well, depression is a part of demon possession. And if you have the news media, Hollywood, politics, religion, the financial markets, if all of these are controlled by demons, that we're just merely the pieces on the playing board, then what's the purpose of our lives? So it goes on to say that they are called evil angels. Okay. Angelics. Angelics implying here that there are good angels and there are evil angels. That would imply that there was a schism way before man entered into this picture. Now, they try to use here the messengers of Satan. That again is a Roman theology. It's an idea that did not exist until this religion, Christianity, was invented. And so they had to have the antithesis of God. Or unless God's a schizophrenic, I don't know. I've had challenged all my former Christian friends, explain to me how imperfection was brought forth out of perfection. They can't. And there's no way that the Christian God is the Hebrew God, unless he had a brain wipe. Two different theologies at work here. Anyway, so the demons are called the sons of God. This is what, but now the interesting thing is we know from the Apocrypha that in the book of Enoch, although why is it written in the book of Jude as well? But anyway, I digress, that God said, I didn't create them. There's none of me in them. I didn't have anything, and he used the word bastards. He said, I got nothing to do about it. And furthermore, they're not under his judgment. We read that they walked this earth, this realm of the waking and the dead, and there is no judgment upon their actions. He didn't create them. We did. Well, they are family on the other side, right? The angelics, the aliens. So they had sex, which implies that sex must exist in the spirit realm. I mean, is it just a euphemism that you're saying sons? We know that the daughters of men, or you ladies, we've gotten to that. So here we got the gods. All right, so now either we're giving birth to these demons, or that's what it implies, that us humans gave birth to these demons. And that out of that, they have this half soul. And apparently we stand as a permanent divide from them ever having a part of what they were. Wow. Hell of a way to live on an earth, isn't it? When you got billions of these pissed off beings. Another name for demons is Sheddim, a Hebrew word that means to rule or to be Lord. I have a question in here. Is it humanity? Have we missed something? I mean, if these demons are ruling all of our politics, all of our government, our society, our culture, I mean, particularly I can talk about where Christians will tell you that rock and roll was of the devil, came right from the pit of hell, swept away a generation, and everything has been messed up since then. So is it maybe that we're supposed to rule them? They're supposed to be kissing our ass? They're supposed to have their heads up our asses, trying to do whatever they can to please us, instead of the other way around? I mean, it appears that we're all slaves to these things. We have no choice because the choice, no matter what it's made, is being influenced by something that didn't originate with us. Or you're saying that is humanity so corrupted? Because we accept the lies. Look at the political bullshit that's going on out there. You've got one person who's a self-proclaimed Marxist, and you got another one that I'm still trying to, it's like Mercury, herding cats here. And you hear him talk and you going, well, that's not truth. That's not, and then they appear to be something that they're not. That's a demon. It's exactly what demons do. Humans do not change their ideologies, their beliefs like that. Doesn't work that way. But we buy it. We say that we believe in where justice is blind and equal to all. Not here in America. Not in a lot of other places in the world. We live in this perpetual deception. This veil is always here. And then we'll start blaming each other and we'll start calling each other names. And you know what? That's a demon. Are you a demon? Are you demon possessed? Are you saying you're above being possessed? And if you are possessed, how would you know? If you like to do something, is it you? Do you really like doing that? Whatever it is. You see, it's a form of demonic possession to doubt. If you doubt yourself, you probably may have a hitchhiker. The accuser. Do you always condemn yourself? Do you always speak negatively about yourself? Maybe a demon. Because why would you do that? Why do other humans inflict pain on other humans? And today we live in this internet world where things are completely whacked out. So Shedam means it's a demon or, evil spirit means to rule or to be Lord. Emphasizes a demon's desire to be Lord over a person, either by indwelling him or by controlling him from the outside. If you're coerced, remember when the jab was everywhere? I mean, I'll go back and just say it for what it is. Remember the mandates? Well, now those who were forced the mandate are saying that, well, there never was a mandate. Lying. Deliberately. No truth. Isn't that a demon-possessed human being? If they lie deliberately? Look at these politicians. I contend the vast majority of politicians are demon-possessed. And they like it. I am convinced many have, in fact, made deals with demons in order to get the power that they have. Now, the problem with demons is that they're a fickle bunch. And if they realize that you're a liar, they know exactly that you have no integrity. You're just like them. And that becomes a problem because they'll turn. It's what they do. And we have seen it just recently by one party, one political party. You watched it. That was demons. Or unless you're telling me that humans are so corrupt. And then if you're saying that humans are corrupt without the influence of demons, wow. There's no redemption in that. Another Old Testament name is Serum, which refers to demons who have the form of a goat. Again, these are words of people that we can't interview today. No one can actually say, well, I'm an expert in Sanskrit and I can You can't tell me what that person what they were thinking when they were writing that. But if they believed in demons, then you got to ask yourself, well, what the hell is going on here? Now, again, they go on and say satanic groups often use the symbol of the head of the goat. That's bullshit. Baphomet has nothing. It's so messed up. And the interesting thing is, and this is just my opinion, and I have stated this many times before. The one that I never see saying anything is Lucifer. I mean, I'm getting bitching on this side, God of the Bible, bitching on this side of the angels and the demons and all this one, the Satan, and everyone's accusing the other one, calling it and oh man, it's like they're throwing feces at each other. And here's Lucifer. It's like, he says, I ain't got no part of this bullshit, man. Never have, never will. I walked away from it. Just saying. Again, no one's taken me up on my offer. Another name is Lilith. That refers to a night demon or demons of the night. And again, they're going back and using different cultures. I mean, read the Quran. The jinn, they're demons. And apparently, in this kingdom structure, and I studied it, there's different parts of the world that are controlled by different demons. Very high-ranking demons. And they covet their territory. And it is rare that you see one demon or demigod give up physical territory on this planet. You got East and West. And within East and West, you have these kingdoms. It's what they are. And they're as real as what we see it. I mean, it's like an American landing over in Russia. If you've never been understood their culture or thing, you're going to find out real quick how these demons work. There is a hierarchy. And it seems like us humans, we emulate these precepts, these concepts, which would then imply for anyone to get into politics would mean that you'd have to make a deal with the demons. The angels don't control any government in the world. There are no angelics that control any government. Now that should tell you something. Even the god Yahweh, which was a Mesopotamian demigod, only had a small little piece of land. He could not go into Egypt. He could not go into Palestine. He couldn't. He was limited to a geographical area. The name God, which means fortune, is also used of demons. Gad, excuse me. God, Freudian slip my ass. But there we go. So fortune. Now, one thing I know is how God, or at least the God that I was taught as God, works where prosperity is concerned. This God of the Bible promises to make you rich. I mean, I've got all the scripture in my head. And it's really interesting because he says that if you follow him faithfully, he'd rather have obedience than sacrifice, that he will make you rich. When there's famine in the land, you will have plenty. And if you go the step further and become a tither, now you have a physical contract. It works. There are, I learned, angels that you can send on assignment. You can do the same thing with the demons. They're actually here to serve us, but somehow that got messed up. But yeah, they can make you rich if that's your desire. But remember the yin and the yang. Another name is, I think this is Minai, which means fate. So we got, excuse me, spirits, familiar, fortune, fate. Oh, here's another one. The Elam, which refers to demons of idolatry. Do you idolize something? That's a form of demon worship. Did you not know that? Another word is ketev, which is destruction. Now we get the New Testament names of demons. And the thing that just blows my mind, and I was there. I was at one time part of a deliverance ministry. You would call them exorcism, laying hands on the people and then beginning to speak in tongues and beginning to, yeah, I've had one particular time is with a buddy of mine, and we were actually going into a job site. And this dude is walking down the sidewalk and having a deep conversation. There was no one else around him, but he was deep in conversation, not with just one. It apparently was a number. Anyway, this dude comes up and he takes my buddy's hand and starts doing a symbol in there, and which I know today was a sigil. Demon possessed. Now, is it a sign of merely mental illness? Well, if you look at theology, mental illness is a form of demon possession. And it's always been interesting to me is that, because I was a born again, spirit filled, tongue talking, believer, that if I'm speaking in tongues, where did that come from? If I'm still filled with His Holy Spirit, can I still lay hands on the sick and see miracles? Can I still command the demons that I could command before, binding them? I can do the same with the angels. I mean, so what's going on? Is that just a part of what? Just something that my conscious on a subconscious or ultra conscious level of another language? Is it just gibberish? Is it signs of potential spirit possession? There is a difference between spirit possession and demon possession. We studied that before. And if these spirits are here, then it appears that us humans, we're just merely idiots. They control us. They control our politics. They control our economy. They control our money. They control our religions. They control our consciousness. Or do we truly have this superior, this sovereignty? We know this from the Greek word demon, which means intelligence. So the Greeks, when they saw the divine ones, that's what daemon means. That's where the word comes from. We'll see it right here, that they were intelligent beings. Are these merely the gods of Mount Olympus? Are we seeing the gods of Romulus? Are we still seeing the gods of Babylonia? Are these Mesopotamian gods? Are these Hindu gods? Are they the blue beings? So there's 6 different forms. Complex. Daemon, which means evil power. Daemoninum is the most basic word for demon, used 63 times. Daimnotus, which means demonical. Daimazomaya, which is the meaning to be controlled by a demon from within. Diamenta does, I don't even go down one in the book of Acts, to be very reverent to demons. And then you get the last one in the book of Acts, meaning demon worship. With the word spirit, we understand there's evil spirits, unclean spirits, wicked spirits, seducing spirits, spirits of demons. So this is complex. If demons are, in fact, this other species, these other creatures, we've got another one that I have not seen brought out in the occult, but it is there because I've got reference to it. That's why we're here. That now we're talking about spirits. So are demons just souls? I mean, is this what we're dealing with? And then you have this whole other hierarchy of spirits. Are the demons influenced and controlled by the unclean, the wicked, the evil spirits? The angels seem to be controlled by archangels. And why is it that an angel doesn't take possession of a human being, or do they? Again, where I was taught, you come up, you give your life to Jesus, you confess Jesus as your Lord and Savior, and then you invite in the Holy Spirit. That is a form of spirit possession, which is evidenced by the speaking of tongues and the working of miracles. So is that an alien presence? Is there a group of aliens out there in the cosmos that are on the level of more spiritual or ethereal than they are in the temporal physical? Trying to watch my time here. Because it would mean that we're being ruled by something that is not human. As you can see, also daemons or demons are also referred to as angels themselves. I'm going to continue on this probably on Wednesday because this really is an excellent read. Because, folks, I guess what I'm trying to really bring out to all this is that something ain't right here. It's just not right. I see this. I see the actions of humans that are supposedly supposed to be smart. And all around us, you look on YouTube, Facebook, and all of them, you have this huge paranoia now that this is the end of days, that a bunch of shit's about to happen, whether you want to take it from the sun going nova to where it's the return of some spiritual being, or if it's just at the end of our collapse, is that this is our time is up. Something isn't right. We have a species, us, who are wanting to start nuclear war. We have people, human beings in the United States government that are causing the food collapse. They have been lying to us, the Congress, the very leaders that we say they're demon possessed. They lied. They have stolen. When the United States, our United States government is spending every 94 days, $1 trillion. Where is that going? These are actions of demons. And if you're telling me they're humans, then folks, we are totally screwed. Because we got a group of humans that want to see death. They want to control power. They want to dominate us. The technology companies, are they demon possessed? Are their CEOs demon possessed? Their board of directors, are they demon possessed? Are they being guided by demons? Are you trying to tell me that maybe a company could be guided by an angel? You're living in it. I can't get that through. You're living it. No matter what your philosophy, your religion, no matter what your political belief, you're being dominated by something that you can't control. It controls you, your family, your personal life, your business life. It controls you. And yet we just keep holding hands. Okay. All the sunshine. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. I know you have yours. Ah, man, but it sucks. It really does. You can't find any human today, to be honest. Genuine. Everything has to be demon influenced. Well, I'm a Democrat. Well, I'm a Republican. Well, I'm an independent. I'm a Baptist. I'm a Muslim. I'm a Hindu. The fuck does it matter? You can't have all of these and say that it's all of them are right. And yet they want to drop the freaking bomb on us. What the hell? So that's my 2 cents worth. But again, it gets all back into this whole thing, reincarnation. If reincarnation exists, then we're all trapped. There's no enlightenment. There's no ascending. We're all trapped. We're in a trap we can't get ourselves out. Why? We made the trap, and we have forgotten that we made it. Because if these demons are real, then it's time for humanity to go to war. It's time for humans to go to war with all these gods. Maybe at one point we'll get serious. Because I say, fuck all these gods. It's time to take the battle to them. If there are demons, it's time to take the battle. All of them die. That's what your Bible teaches. Demons do die. God dies. Maybe that's what they're afraid of. That we get so pissed off at the way things are. Because I think we're about there. Every country, you can see it. Corruption, political corruption, financial corruption, corruption, people screwing each other over for a fucking dollar, killing people for less. Are we just monkeys, simians, easily controlled by mind control? All right. Pearl says, hello, darling. How you doing? Good to see you. This is my last round here. I broke all controls and completing my purpose. There you go, darling. I'm right there with you. All right. So that's my rant. And, we'll continue just living our lives. I'll get up and go do what I'm going to do. And you're going to go do what you're going to do. And in the meantime, we're still living under this canopy. And I guess, no, sometimes I just get so fed up with it because it's useless. It's just useless. Oh. Open-minded says, control your mind, control the universe. Isn't that the first principle? The universe is all mental. I mean, when you die, when you leave this earth, I mean, it's going to be an individual journey, right? At least you hope so. Maybe that's where that expression, the freedom comes. It's like, finally got all those assholes off my back, right? All right. Much love, everybody. Love the discussions. I'll go, Doc. I appreciate you. Guy, Right Rabbit, all the rest of you. I really do. Paul, Joe, I can be. I do. Tomorrow I'll be with the ladies. And hey, folks, I mean, look at this. Healed up rather nicely. Still got bruising on both sides, but hey, quite the progress, I would say. So I love all of you folks. I really do. In a platonic sense. I mean, you got that other love but that's on a personal level, but I love the energy. And I just thank all of you. Oh, by the way, someone had said that I was not on Odyssey. Allow me, as I've got your attention here. So this is my channel over at Odyssey. The Today Show will be there. Go there and sign up, join, become a subscriber over there. that should be way higher than 123. So someone said all my content had been taken down. No, all the content's there. It's yeah. So anyway, make sure that support me on the other side of different platforms. You just never know. All right, nothing missing, nothing broken, folks. If there's one thing I guess you could say that would have an ultimate power over a demonic or angelic influence would be to say, favor be to you, nothing missing, nothing broken. What are they going to say to you? Thanks, buddy. Hey, Nina. Uh, Nina says, was it down for a bit? Nah, never has been, Nina. It's always been there. So anyway, back ass horse. I love that handle. That is cute. Vice, hello, Stephanie. Steve, thank you, brother. How you been? How's it up there north? All right. Much love to you folks. Join tomorrow's lady because I think we're going to discuss this as well. Love to get Trina and Jenny's perspective that if we're ruled by a planet of demons, how long? I mean, how do we counter this? We may have enough minds in here that can do that. All right, folks. Again, I'll finally say, see you when we see each other again.